We got a developing situation in New York as the Jets are now moving on from Aaron Rodgers. We explain all as we roll immediately. GM Joe Douglas fired on Tuesday. Todd McShay on the harsh reality of the Jets situation. Listen to this.
Joe will be fine. The Jets won't.
Damn.
And the reason I say that is Woody Johnson is among the worst owners in the National Football League.
Wow.
If the Jets can't win with Joe Douglas as the general manager and with the talent that is on that roster, the Jets can't win, period.
Wow.
It's an ownership problem, folks.
Ownership problem indeed. How about those draft picks that they sent to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers? Listen to what Woody Johnson said to Brandon Marshall last year about it. This is mind-blowing.
Does the picks even matter? Because he was like, oh, the compensations, giving up a one in year two.
They never mattered.
What?
Okay.
What?
Why?
You got Aaron Rodgers.
What?
That's the show.
That's it.
They don't matter because we got Rodgers. I bet he feels differently this offseason. Meanwhile, Todd McShay on the sad reality for Jets fans. I'm sorry, Jets fans. Listen to this.
Ownership is not going to change for a while is my guess. So how do you overcome this? And the answer is you probably don't.
You're not overcoming it. It's going to be more of the same. But wait, the timing of this tells us everything. As we continue, presented by St. Lucie Battery and Tire, the home of honest, reliable service since 1970. Go to slbt.com. Adam Schefter on the timing of the Joe Douglas firing. This is crazy. Listen.
Joe Douglas's contract was up after this season.
What?
I don't know that he wanted to stay there anyway.
Yikes.
But the Jets made it simple on him today. And obviously, Woody Johnson fired him this morning, just as he fired Robert Saleh on a Tuesday morning last month.
So why not just wait? Meanwhile, look at this, because we got this coming in from Rich Cimini, the Jets reporter, who tells us his fate was sealed when he didn't even get consulted. We're talking about the owner, not talking to the GM at all about firing the head coach. He knew he was dead man walking. That is wild. And then Shefty on the future for Aaron Rodgers and his fate. Listen.
We didn't know who the GM is going to be. We don't know who the head coach is going to be. We don't know who's going to be leading this team, who's making decisions. You can't say that a quarterback will or won't be back when you don't even know who's making the calls on these things.
We don't know who's making the calls, but we do know what's going to happen because word is out now. Aaron Rodgers is done with the Jets as we continue, presented by Twin Peaks. Eat, drink, scenic views. Your UFC fight headquarters always is Twin Peaks. Connor Hughes of SNY reporting Aaron Rodgers' future with the team. It is official. Listen.
It's very clear now that this organization is also going to want to find a new quarterback as well. That the Aaron Rodgers season, tenure with the Jets, it's going to be over.
He called it a season, not a tenure, but a season. Meanwhile, this, because the numbers never lie. Winning percentage as the Jets starting QB, Wilson better than Darnold, both of them better than Rodgers. And then Hughes comes back and tells us why Rodgers came to New York in the first place. Listen close.
He came here because Nathaniel Hackett was already here. He didn't want new. He didn't want different. He didn't want to be overly challenged. He wanted what he knew and what he was comfortable with.
And that means a new coach, new GM, new system, new terminology. That means Rodgers out regardless. But wait, the news actually gets worse for Jets fans from here. Presented by X Golf West Palm Beach. The new home of indoor golf is X Golf. Find them on Instagram at XGolfWPB on IG. Look at this from SNY. This is inside the team. We've got players that are, quote, checked out. They're not mad. They should be. They're not annoyed. They should be. They are just ready for it to be over. That is a very bad sign. And then you got Cousin Sal on the Ringer podcast saying this about Aaron Rodgers. Listen close.
Sit down, you phony. You led New York to believe you could lead them to the playoffs, and you're the fraud of all frauds. You brought all your friends in, who couldn't catch a pass. You got the coach fired.
Damn.
Somehow the best defense in football isn't excited to play for you. Now they're middle of the pack or worse.
Yikes.
There's got to be some accountability. There's got to be.
Yeah, and there's about to be, in fact. And then this from Front Office Sports. Don't forget, he is guaranteed $75 million. He won 3 games. That's $25 million a win. Coach gone, GM gone. The whole thing now torn apart. The question is on the board. Question, what actually happens next with these New York Jets? Everything gets imploded and cleaned out. Nobody is spared. Nobody is saved. But bad news, Jets fans, because your owner probably is not changing. There will be new coach, new GM. There will be new quarterback. All of the guys Rodgers brought in, they are leaving. The problem? All those expectations. There was all that talk the Jets are just a quarterback away. And then Aaron Rodgers comes in, gets hurt on the 4th play of the season, and then you start to wonder, well, wait till next year. But wait till he gets back here. So there's even more time to believe this myth that suddenly you're going to fix things just like that. This is what the Jets do, and now you've got to lower expectations to absolutely zero and start all over again. Comment. I reply to all those. Hit like, please, and subscribe. But most of all, remember, kids, while every day above ground is a good day, some are just more questionable than others. Say goodnight to the bad guy. See you back here on Friday.